Japan is holding itself back. Find out why in today's show. Welcome back to Year 6 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Zaegyo is the translation of Japan Sales Mastery. My latest book is Stop Wasting Money on Training, and the Japanese translation is Training de okane o muri ni suru wa yamimashou. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 294, Fear in the Workplace in Japan. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. The world's third largest economy and one of the most sophisticated and advanced countries is a notorious underperformer on the international stage. I was reminded of this by Tokyo Governor Yuriko Koike. She was a guest speaker at a foreign chamber event, drawing a capacity crowd. She is whip smart, charismatic, and knows how to charm the crowd. She speaks Arabic fluently, and her English is simply excellent. Yet, she chose to address the assembled chamber members in Japanese, not in English. What an opportunity missed to show Tokyo and Japan's internationalism. Having been a diplomat, I know how these events are totally scripted beforehand, so nothing can possibly go wrong. The event featured a series of questions from the director of the chamber to Koike. These questions were all vetted prior to the event, so Koike had complete knowledge of what she was going to be asked. They were all softball questions anyway, which made them easy to handle. The foreign chamber is never going to get aggressive with the governor of Tokyo, so Koike was amongst firm friends. Yet, she switched to Japanese after making some flawless, off-the-cuff comments in English at the beginning. This included cracking a joke about Channel 3 on the headsets were receiving the translation in Arabic. That was witty and said to everyone she was a very confident person in dealing with foreign languages. At the end, she switched back to perfect English again, more witticisms followed, and then she elegantly glided out the door. Why didn't she do the whole piece in English? She obviously had the ability. Yes, it was on the record, and there were members of the Japanese media there recording her comments. So by speaking in Japanese, she could play to the broader populace of Tokyo. Here is our governor effortlessly dealing with foreigners, type of thing. You may have noticed that the governor of Tokyo does not want for media attention. Here was an opportunity to work on the non-Japanese media, to work on the Japanese fans and boosters in the room. Projecting Tokyo as a truly international city was always a stretch under her long-reigning predecessor, Shintaro Ishihara, because he was so parochial in his views. Koike is a breath of fresh air in that regard and could have played an effective role of evangelist for Tokyo, speaking directly to the foreign community. She distributed some very high-quality books on Tokyo to the audience, which were first-rate exemplars of the sophistication of the capital. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. She could have worked the room and converted everyone to fandom, but she chose to retreat into Japanese. She could have chosen to make her main remarks in English and then answer the questions at the end in Japanese or rely on simultaneous translators. I know from my own public speaking experience in Japan, in Japanese, that the questions at the end can be difficult to follow at times. However, she had simple options to get around that issue, which she chose not to exercise. Why? We see it again and again. Japan's scared to step out. Soft power should be a tremendous advantage for Japan, but it consistently decides not to take it up. Koike's luncheon event is yet another example. The conservative bureaucrats in the governor's office were, no doubt, laser focused on how eliminating all risk was important. Speaking English is risky, so let's not do that. What about the upside? I guess that this was a non-contest between balancing some degree of risk and achieving a much more positive result. As we know in Japan, mistakes are not allowed, and the best way to avoid a mistake is to do nothing different or new. Isn't it time we started to work on this construct? In our companies, we need to embrace change, to allow failure as a learning process, to have our BHAGS, our BHAGs, our big, hairy, audacious goals, which take us out of our comfort zone. Leaders like Koike would be fantastic role models for the country if they chose to play that role. They choose not to, and so Japan continues to fly under the radar. When will Japan be ready to become a player on the world stage in international business or global relations? Don't hold your breath in anticipation of anything changing too soon, when the best and the brightest decline the challenge. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses. And so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 295, we're talking about getting your visuals right, part 2. So yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we have only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.